Hi friends, welcome back to another Renee's Corner video. This is just a short intro to introduce the part that's coming after this. Is that happy 2025, welcome. It's going to be a year, but I recorded this other part of the video on my birthday. I never posted it because I didn't like it, but we are steadily working on not being perfectionistic with our content and just putting it out there. And so without further ado, here is my video from my birthday talking about the upcoming year of my life. Hi friends, welcome back to another Renee's Corner video. I'm Tanesha Renae, and today we're going to do 10 things with Tanesha, reflecting over the last year of my 30th year of life. Well, it's really like my 31st year of life, but like my 30th year of life. And I have been thinking about doing this for a long time, of like doing some more like reflective thinking about like, I guess just like having a practice where like I spend time thinking about 10 things every week, right? So for this 10 things, we're gonna be reflecting over the past year, which I'm really excited about, because I feel like this has been a really hard year, but a really good year too. Like there's been lots of good. There's been so much more good than bad. Like my good days definitely outweigh my bad in this year. And so yeah, let's get right into it. I feel like the number one like hard thing was losing my dog. Obviously, like that taught me a lot about just like grief, about me, about what it's like to just be like a single person with nothing, which is, I would say, still pretty hard for me to like wrap my head around. It's been Tanesha and the dog for majority of my life, and that is a weird thing to like just be Tanesha without the dog, which I think was really hard. And I think that I learned a lot about like what I need in grief and like what kind of supports I need to have in place. I feel like I'm doing much better than I was in like April, but I mean it is now December. And I know I did like every possible thing to like make my dog have the best life ever. So that was number one thing that happened. I feel like the most profound thing that happened this year. Number two was getting to meet Berlin, Berlizzi, and Joe Aiko, and Mark Phillips, and RDC, and like just doing something purely because I wanted to do it. And doing something purely because like I was like, I want to do this thing and like go and make it happen. And I am often doing that for like work things, but never for like fun things. And so like to be able to like go to Dallas, I mean, my mom went and like I met some amazing people there. Shout out to Ashley and Marcella. And like it was just the best time. Like I don't have the words to describe how good of a time that was. And like people went by them, like it was just a great time. Like number two moment of the year for sure, because like like I get to meet Berlin. Like even just thinking about it now, I just like get like, oh my gosh, like that actually happened. Like that actually happened, and like I'm still in disbelief. Number three is I lost some friends, which it is what it is. I feel like I've gained some clarity about like what kind of friends I actually want and the kind of friends that I was having, and like why there was like such a disconnect between me and the friends I had, and like what I was wanting from friendship. And that's okay. Like I feel like it's okay to like outgrow people, and I feel like I have always said that for years and years. Oh wait, sorry, I don't want to be one of those. I feel like I have always said that for years and years, and this is the first year I'm like actually putting it in practice, of like actually being and having access to me is like a privilege. And as soon as you start treating it like an obligation, start treating me bad, start doing and moving things that don't show your consideration for me as a person first and foremost, and as your friend second, you gotta go. Like I cannot continue to have friendships that do not consider me and do not want to consider me, but only want me to consider them. And like, so like all these like one-sided friendships are like so dead. Like it's done. I would say number 4 thing this year is that I feel like my confidence has been saved. I have been doing a lot of work to like really work on my self-talk and really like work on being good with like this version of me, like whatever that looks like. Maybe that looks like I'm in the gym 3 times a week, maybe it doesn't. Maybe that looks like getting my hair done here has been like a big thing, because like I don't know, black girls and their hair is just like a huge, like they're very interconnected. And I feel like I also been like investing in my looks and like investing in clothes that I like, investing in lashes. Like I just like have been feeling really good. And like, hey, like if those are the things that make me feel good, then like that's what we have to do, because like I don't miss feeling as unconfident that I was before compared to how confident I feel now. And like I just feel really good in my body. Number 5 thing that happened this year is I got on anxiety meds, I think in August. I cannot remember when, but my goodness, I was raw dogging all these emotions and like it was a lot. Now, am I still having a lot of emotions? Yes, but I am on like a very low dose of anxiety medicines, which I think helps so much. Which is really cool, because like I knew that I wanted to be on anxiety medicine, but I didn't know like how to go about it. And like honestly, I got like connected with a doctor. Like I've been doing like all adulting things this year. I got established with the PCP, got on anxiety meds, I go see an allergist now. Like I am like a real adult now, and it's crazy. So yeah, anxiety meds have really helped. I'm thinking about taking more, but right now the low dose is good. And I'm still like functioning, but it just like I think helps so much. Like 10 out of 10 would recommend talking to your doctor about it, because it really helps. Number 6, I feel like this year I learned a lot about love and about joy and about laughter, and a lot about like what I want to be a part of my life versus like what I thought I wanted. Like I have been like in this mode where like I just want like good times. Like I just want vibes. I understand that good times are not always going to be there, but I do know that as much joy and laughter and fun I can put in my life, that I should do that. Number 7, we talked about going to the doctor for the first time after like 5 years, and I've been to the doctor so much, like it's actually crazy. One, my health is actually really good for like not going to the doctor that much, but like now I have specialists. Like I have my PCP and my OBGYN, and then I have like an allergist. I also have like, I got referrals to PT and dermatology and all these things that are like really adulty. So like that's crazy to me, because I was like really avoidant of going to the doctor, which is so ironic because I work with kids with medical trauma. I don't have medical trauma, I just didn't want to go to the doctor, you know. I just had anxiety about it. I think number 8 is this year has been, there's been grief about losing the dog, but like grief about like what I thought my life was going to be like at 30 versus what it is. And like what I thought it was going to be like at 30 is not terrible, and it's not unattainable. It just is like not attainable because it just didn't happen. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't happen. And I think there's like this period of grief of like, oh dang, like I thought I would be married by now, or oh I thought I'd have kids by now, or I thought I'd at least be in like a romantic partnership by now, or like something serious, whereas like that is not necessarily the case, and that's okay. And like there's still other ways of like getting love and companionship and that sort of thing outside of like romantic partnership. And so I think there's just been some grief around like what I thought my life was going to be versus like what my life is actually. And like what my life is actually isn't bad, it's different than what I thought it was going to be. Number 9 is like really focusing on being the person I want to be versus being the person I think people want me to be, which I feel like I talked about this on stream, but I feel like for a long time I was like trying to shrink myself or make myself like palpable to people when like it wasn't necessarily the full version of me, and that is like problematic for lots of reasons. But I think the most problematic part of it is like I didn't get to be who I wanted to be for the last like 10 years. And so like now I'm really focused on like, okay, what is it that Tanesha wants to do? Tanesha wants to stream, okay, we go do that. Like Tanesha wants to be on YouTube, okay, we go do that. And like Tanesha wants to be a gamer, and like all these things that like I feel like I didn't hide from people, but like when I would tell people about it, they would either be shot down, or people would be like, why would you do that? Or like, who do you think you are? I'm just over other people's expectations of my life. And like I always think about like, just because like you wouldn't do something doesn't mean that I can't do something. And so like there are periods of my life where I was like, oh, I want to go do this, and people like, oh, I like, you shouldn't do that. And like it's based in their own fear versus like me actually not being capable of doing something, which is crazy to me, which is just crazy. And it's crazy to me that like I spent a lot of my life being like, oh yeah, like everyone knows so much better than me about what I should do with my life, which is like not true, like not true at all. So yeah, number 10 is and part of like me being exactly who I want to be is I really want to start this newsletter. I've been thinking about starting a newsletter for like 2 years now, and so I kind of decided that I will start like this Substack where I will do 10 things with Tanesha, sort of like today. Obviously it won't be as like reflective as today, but like sort of like I want to say like a gratefulness challenge of like weekly. I want to sit down and think about 10 things, like 10 whatever, 10 thoughts with Tanesha, 10 things with Tanesha. I don't really know just yet, but by the time this video comes out later today, it will be established, and we'll go from there. And yeah, so part of me like being exactly who I am is like doing the things that scare me. So nervous about like being on YouTube, being a streamer, and all these other things when like it's fine. I'm like, it's fine. I'm good at these things. I like these things. And so part of that is just me doing the things. And so part of that is going to be like me holding myself accountable, and me like telling as many people as possible that I want to do this thing, so that I then hold myself accountable. Because something happens with me is like when I tell other people that I'm going to do something, I follow through on it 100%. But sometimes when I tell myself that I'm going to do something, I'm like, it's just a problem. It's just a promise to myself, and I don't always keep them. And so like number 10 thing is that I'm going to start this newsletter. The first one will come out today. It'll be very similar to this, because this video started as a newsletter, and then I was like, oh shoot, I don't have a birthday video. And so here we are. And some bonus things, some bonus thoughts are some goals for the year. I really want to travel more. I had a great time traveling this year. I went home to my parents in Williamsburg, and then I went to Ohio, and then I've been to Ohio, and I went to Dallas. And so this year, 2025, I really want to travel more, and I want to be outside more, and I want to do more things that make me happy and like stretch my comfort zone a little bit, and be okay with doing some things by myself. I want to start taking myself a little bit more seriously, but like not serious and like, oh, you have to be like stoic serious, but just like not investing in myself, but being like, this is something serious I do. Like I'm always like weird about when people are like, oh, you're an influencer, but like that's not untrue. I am an influencer. I have influenced people to do things. And so like taking myself seriously as an influencer, and not just being like, oh, this is something I do as a hobby, and being like, this is something that I'm really passionate about and I really like doing. And so like taking myself seriously. I'd like to have sort of like this year, I'd like to have more good days than bad days. There were some really hard days this year, and like I feel like I did a good job of like sitting with those feelings and then moving on. And so I want to continue doing that. I wrote down some goals. The other thing I really want to do this year is move to a place that feels more homey. Like I've lived in several apartments at this point now, like y'all have seen all the moves, and I want a place that feels more like mine. And so I'm hoping that the next place that I move in next year will feel like mine and feel like my home and feel like places where people can come visit and gather. I would love to have people come visit more, but like that is largely out of my control because all I can do is invite people. And so yeah, I feel like year 31 is going to be really good. I was really excited and I really had a good year 30, and so I'm excited about what year 31 will bring. And yeah, so thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me ramble through, I don't know, 15 minutes of me reflecting on the last year, which I think is good. And I think we should do more reflection. So be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Down below in the description, it'll have all my social medias, including the new Substack, which will be like a little newsletter. There's no pressure to subscribe to it. It's just something I want to do. I've been talking about it on Twitter for like at least 3 years, and so like this is the year we're doing it. Like I feel like year 31 is like we're just gonna do it and see what happens. Okay. What else do I normally say at the end of this? Make good choices, drink your water, move your body, be sure to eat today, and I'll see you guys next week. See you people next week. I want to stop saying guys because I know that it's not always sorry, there was some work stuff, which we need to get some balance with that too. But thanks so much for being here, friends. I love you all so much, and thank you all for being part of this YouTube journey. I think we're at year 7 or 8, I have no idea, but like thanks for being here for that too. All right, peace out. I love you all so much. All right, bye.